Welcome back to Carrick United Analysis. Hello, and welcome to Carrick United Analysis, the channel every real Manchester United fan trusts for honest, deep, and simple breakdowns of everything happening at Old Trafford and Carrington. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications, because we bring you fresh United content before anyone else does. If you are already part of this family, thank you for always coming back. You are the reason this channel keeps growing. And today, the moment we have all been waiting for has finally arrived, the traveling squad for the season opener. A hook you cannot ignore. Picture this. It is Saturday lunchtime. The MKM Stadium is packed. Hull City are back in the Premier League for the first time in years, ready to make some noise in front of their own crowd. And Manchester United step off the coach with their squad list confirmed, every name locked in, every plan finalized. Somewhere on that list sits a name that is not featured in a competitive Manchester United matchday squad in a very, very long time. You already know exactly who I am talking about. Marcus Rashford is officially part of this traveling group for the opening day of the new season. If you are a Manchester United fan, this squad list should get your heart racing before a ball has even been kicked. In this post, we are going to break down the entire traveling squad, position by position. We are going to talk about what each selection tells us about Michael Carrick's plans, and we are going to spend real time on the Rashford story specifically, because it remains the single biggest talking point heading into this fixture. So settle in, get comfortable, and let us walk through this together, step by step, in simple and clear language, the way we always do here on Carrick United Analysis. Setting the scene, opening day finally arrives. Manchester United kick off their brand new Premier League campaign away at Hull City at the MKM Stadium, with a Saturday lunchtime kickoff that the entire football world will be watching closely. This is Michael Carrick's first full season in permanent charge, and after a mixed preseason that included some encouraging results alongside a disappointing defeat to AC Milan in the final warm-up match, this is where the real business finally begins. Hull City returned to the Premier League after a lengthy spell away from the top flight, and they will be absolutely buzzing to welcome a club of Manchester United's stature to their home ground on the opening weekend of the season. Newly promoted sides always bring extra energy and emotion on days like this, and Carrick's squad selection tells us a great deal about how seriously he is taking this particular threat. It is also worth remembering just how much has changed for Manchester United since last season concluded. New signings have arrived across the pitch, key figures have returned from long absences, and a settled head coach has finally had a full preseason to imprint his own ideas onto this squad after coming into the role midway through last year. Against that backdrop, this opening fixture represents far more than simply the first 3 points of the season. It represents the very first proper test of everything Carrick has been building since taking permanent charge. Here is a question worth thinking about before we go further. Do you think Manchester United should be worried about the extra motivation and home crowd energy Hull City will bring on their first Premier League matchday in years? Or is that simply part of the challenge every big club has to overcome? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Breaking down the goalkeeper situation, Manchester United have named just one goalkeeper in this traveling squad, Senna Lamens. While that might look unusual compared to some previous squad lists this preseason, it actually tells us something quite clear. Lamens is now firmly established as the undisputed #1 choice heading into the new campaign. With other goalkeeping options either lacking match fitness or simply not part of this specific matchday plan, Carrick appears to have made his decision between the posts with real confidence. Having that kind of clarity in goal matters enormously heading into a long season. A settled goalkeeper builds trust with the backline in front of him, develops understanding with his defenders over time, and gives the entire team a sense of stability at the very foundation of the side. Naming Lamens as the sole traveling option sends a clear signal about where that trust currently sits. Breaking down the defense. The defensive options named for this trip show a blend of proven experience and important returning quality, with Diogo Dalot, Harry Maguire, Lisandro Martinez, and Luke Shaw all making the journey to Hull. Diogo Dalot brings genuine Premier League experience and versatility at full-back, someone who understands exactly what these opening day fixtures against newly promoted sides can throw at a team. He has grown into an increasingly important and dependable figure across recent seasons, capable of filling in across different defensive roles when called upon. Harry Maguire remains a key figure at the heart of this defense, offering physical presence, aerial power, and leadership that will be invaluable against a Hull side likely to test United with direct, physical football of their own. Lisandro Martinez traveling is a genuinely significant detail. After everything he has been through with injuries in recent times, having him named in this squad for the opening match of the season will bring real relief and excitement to supporters who have missed his aggressive front-foot defensive style. Whether he starts or features from the bench, his mere presence in this squad shows real progress in his recovery. His limited preseason minutes mean a start may still be a stretch this early, but simply being fit enough to travel and be considered represents a meaningful step forward after everything he has endured. Luke Shaw rounds out this defensive group, a player who has shown across many seasons that he can handle both the defensive and attacking sides of the fullback role at the very highest level. Here is a question worth asking yourself right now. With this specific backline named in the traveling squad, how confident are you that Manchester United can keep a clean sheet against a Hull City side desperate to make a statement on their return to the Premier League? Drop your prediction in the comments below. Breaking down the midfield options for this trip are led by captain Bruno Fernandes, alongside Kobbie Mainoo, Andre Santos, and Youri Tielemans. Bruno Fernandes traveling and wearing the captain's armband is exactly what every United fan would expect and hope for heading into the biggest match of the summer so far. He remains the heartbeat of this team, the player Carrick will lean on most heavily to drive standards and control the tempo of the match from the number 10 position. His leadership on and off the pitch has become a defining feature of this squad over recent seasons, and having him fit, focused, and ready for the opening whistle is exactly the kind of foundation Carrick needs heading into this important fixture. Kobbie Mainoo's inclusion is another welcome sight. A player many fans consider one of the brightest academy graduates in years, now getting the chance to show his quality again after his own difficult stretches in recent times. Fans have waited a long while to see him back involved and firing on all cylinders, and his presence in this squad offers real hope that he can finally kick on and establish himself as a genuine regular this season. Andre Santos represents genuine fresh excitement, a new addition brought in to add energy and ball-winning ability to the middle of the park, with this fixture offering him the chance of a first competitive appearance in a Manchester United shirt. Reports throughout preseason have been extremely positive about his impact, suggesting he could slot straight into the starting 11 without any lengthy period of adjustment. Youri Tielemans completes this midfield group, another summer arrival whose composure and ability to dictate tempo could prove hugely valuable in a match where United may need to be patient against a well-organized, low-block defensive system. This midfield combination tells us a great deal about Carrick's priorities for this specific match. A blend of proven leadership through Bruno, returning academy quality through Mainoo, and fresh legs and energy through Santos and Tielemans gives United genuine balance in the middle of the pitch heading into the opening weekend. Here is a question worth sitting with. Between Andre Santos and Youri Tielemans, which new midfielder do you think will have the bigger impact on Manchester United's season, based on everything we know so far? I would love to hear where you stand in the comments. Breaking down the attack and the headline news, now we arrive at the group everyone has been waiting to talk about. The attacking options named in this traveling squad: Marcus Rashford, Matheus Cunha, Bryan Mbeumo, Amad Diallo, and Benjamin Sesko. Let us start with the other talking points before we zoom in fully on the biggest story of them all. Matheus Cunha adds power, skill, and unpredictability to this front line, exactly the kind of forward capable of dragging Hull City's defenders out of position and creating space for others around him. Bryan Mbeumo has reportedly had a superb preseason, contributing goals and assists across his appearances, and looks set to play a central role in how United approach breaking down a stubborn defensive setup. Amad Diallo continues to be one of the most exciting attacking talents at the club, someone capable of unlocking defenses with his close control and genuine eye for goal, having grown into a genuinely important attacking outlet for United over recent seasons. And then there is Benjamin Sesko, whose inclusion in this squad is itself a significant piece of news. Sesko missed the entirety of preseason while recovering from a shin injury, and his return to full training in recent days represents a real boost for Carrick heading into this opening fixture. While he may not be considered for a starting role given his lack of match sharpness, having him available from the bench gives United a different attacking option, a genuine physical presence who can change the shape and threat of the front line during the closing stages of a tight match. His return also adds further healthy competition to an already crowded forward line, exactly the kind of depth a manager wants heading into a long, demanding season across multiple competitions. But now, let us talk about the name that has sent the entire fan base into a frenzy this week: Marcus Rashford. The headline story: Rashford in the traveling squad. Marcus Rashford's inclusion in this squad represents the latest and most significant step yet in his long, patient journey back into competitive Manchester United football. After a difficult period at the club, followed by loan spells at Aston Villa and then Barcelona, where he truly rediscovered his best form, Rashford has spent this preseason working his way back into contention at Carrington. His recent cameo appearance against AC Milan in the final warm-up match offered genuine encouragement, with reports describing him as sharp, direct, and dangerous almost immediately after coming off the bench. Even in that brief appearance, he reportedly threatened the opposition backline consistently and came close to scoring, giving real substance to the positive reports that had been filtering out of training throughout the summer. Now, with his name confirmed in the traveling squad for the opening match of the new Premier League season, the possibility of him featuring in a genuinely competitive fixture for the first time in a very long while feels closer than ever. Whether Carrick chooses to ease him in gradually from the bench or trusts him with more significant minutes will be one of the most closely watched selection decisions of the entire opening weekend. Given his limited match sharpness heading into this fixture, a starting role may still feel like a stretch this early, but a substitute appearance, introduced to attack tiring legs in the second half, feels like a genuine possibility that would delight supporters up and down the country. Think about the emotional weight of this moment for Rashford personally. A boyhood fan, an academy graduate, a player who once looked destined to be the face of this football club, now potentially stepping back onto a Premier League pitch in a United shirt for the first time in what has felt like an eternity to supporters who have followed every twist and turn of his story. Whatever role he ends up playing on the day, his simple presence in this squad already represents a genuinely meaningful milestone, a tangible sign that the long, difficult road back has reached this important next stage. Here is a question worth asking yourself right now. Do you think Michael Carrick should ease Rashford in gradually from the substitutes bench against Hull City? Or do you believe his training form and preseason cameo have earned him a more significant role from the very start of the season? Drop your prediction in the comments below. Why this squad selection reflects real balance. Let us step back and think about the bigger picture this squad list reveals about Michael Carrick's approach heading into the new season. Looking across every position, there is a clear pattern, proven experience paired with exciting fresh energy. Dalot, Maguire, and Shaw provide defensive know-how, while Martinez's return adds aggression and leadership. Bruno provides captaincy and creative control, while Mainu, Santos, and Tielemans bring a mixture of returning academy quality and fresh legs from the transfer market. And up front, the blend of Cunha, Mbeumo, and Ahmad's proven quality alongside the emotional boost of Rashford's inclusion and Sesko's returning fitness gives United genuine attacking depth and flexibility. This is exactly the kind of balanced, well-considered squad selection fans want to see heading into the opening weekend of a new campaign. It suggests a manager who has thought carefully about the specific demands of this fixture, rather than simply naming his most talented individuals regardless of fitness, sharpness, or tactical fit. It also reflects the reality of a long, demanding season ahead, one that will require genuine depth across every area of the pitch if United are to sustain a serious challenge across league and cup competitions alike. There is also something worth noting about the sheer number of returning faces in this squad, players who have battled back from injury or long absences to be included on this opening weekend. Martinez, Sesko, and Rashford in particular represent three separate stories of patience and perseverance, each now given the chance to contribute to this new chapter under Carrick. That theme of resilience running through the squad list adds a genuinely inspiring backdrop to what was always going to be an important fixture for this football club. Here is a question worth thinking about. Looking at this full squad list together, how much confidence does it give you heading into the new Premier League season on a scale of complete confidence to genuine nervousness? Let me know your honest assessment in the comments section below. What to watch for on match day? As we count down toward kickoff at the MKM Stadium, here are a few specific things worth keeping an eye on based on everything we have discussed today. Watch whether Marcus Rashford actually gets onto the pitch, and if so, how much game time Carrick gives him. His involvement, even as a substitute, would represent a genuinely historic moment in his ongoing story at this football club, and the reaction from the away end is likely to be enormous if he does step out onto that pitch. Every touch he takes will be scrutinized closely by supporters desperate to see the sharpness reportedly shown in training finally translate into a competitive Premier League match. Watch how Andre Santos and Yuri Tielemans perform if given the nod to form United's midfield pairing on their competitive debuts. Making a first appearance in any new shirt carries real pressure, and how quickly they settle into the rhythm of Premier League football will tell us a great deal about their readiness for the season ahead. A confident, composed start from either player would offer real encouragement heading into the rest of the campaign. Watch how Lisandro Martinez looks if given any minutes at all, given his lack of significant match time throughout preseason. Even a short cameo would offer valuable information about exactly where his fitness and sharpness currently stand. And supporters will be watching closely for any signs of the old aggression and intensity that made him such a key figure before his injury troubles began. And finally, watch how Manchester United handle the atmosphere and emotion Hull City are certain to bring on their big return to the Premier League. Newly promoted sides often produce some of their best performances of an entire season on days exactly like this one, and how United respond to that energy will say a great deal about their title credentials heading into the rest of the campaign. Wrapping things up, let us bring everything together before we close out this post. Manchester United have named a well-balanced traveling squad for their opening Premier League fixture of the new season against Hull City at the MKM Stadium on Saturday lunchtime. Senna Lamin stands as the clear number one in goal, while Dalot, Maguire, Martinez, and Shaw provide genuine defensive quality and the welcome return of key figures. Captain Bruno Fernandes leads a midfield blending proven leadership with exciting new energy from Mainu, Santos, and Tielemans. And up front, Cunha, Mbeumo, and Ahmad are joined by the two biggest storylines of this entire preseason: the returning fitness of Benjamin Sesko and, above everything else, the inclusion of Marcus Rashford in a competitive Manchester United matchday squad for the first time in a very long while. Whatever happens once the match actually kicks off, this squad list alone has already added real excitement and anticipation to the opening weekend of the new Premier League season, and it gives every single United fan genuine reason to believe this campaign could bring something special. Before you go, I want to hear directly from you. Based on this full squad list, what result are you predicting for this opening match against Hull City? And do you think Marcus Rashford gets on the pitch? Let me know your honest prediction in the comments section below. I read every single one of them. Thank you so much for reading this post all the way through. If you enjoyed this breakdown and you want more honest, simple, and detailed Manchester United analysis just like this, please make sure you are subscribed to Carrick United Analysis, because this is the trusted source for United fans who want the real story without the noise. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and share this post with a fellow United fan who needs to read this today. Until next time, keep believing, keep supporting the boys in red, and I will see you in the next one right here on Carrick United Analysis.